Welcome back to Mac Music Review. Before we hop into the review, just want to say there's going to be some stuff down in the description if you're interested in how the channel works and all that good stuff. Today we are going to be looking at the album What If We by Brandon Heath. The camera's moving. Brandon Heath is a Christian singer-songwriter, semi-popular Christian singer-songwriter, with his songs Jesus in Disguise from Blue Mountains. I don't know if that's the name of the album. This is the only Brandon Heath album I've reviewed. I don't know if I'm going to review any others. And his most popular song, Give Me Your Eyes. Give Me Your Eyes is the only hit song from this album, but it is his most popular, most distinctive song. This album, and interestingly, like all of his albums, are 11 songs long and either 40 minutes or 42 minutes. He is so formulaic with these albums. And all of the album covers are like basically the same. That's it. You can kind of tell when it's a Christian singer-songwriter who's making songs for the radio to get played on the radio. They kind of all have like similar song titles. I'll get to that later. And similar album covers, which is just a very simple picture of the artist, just the artist, like smiling or doing a pose, and there's like some weird backdrop. That is so common for male solo Christian artists. It's so funny. The music on this album is fairly typical of a singer-songwriter, especially of a singer-songwriter who's making some music for the radio. The camera's still moving. This is a Christian singer-songwriter, and it's all basically, all the songs are either mid-tempo, they're always like mid-tempo to down-tempo. Some of them are upbeat, but they're not like super-duper fast. And then you have a lot of these down-tempo, super acoustic songs. The most prominent instrument on this album, you could probably guess, is guitar. He's a singer-songwriter. It's got a voice and a guitar and some heartwarming stories and lyrics for you. And then also you have some acoustic piano and some other instruments and sounds thrown in there. But it's mostly, they go for an acoustic vibe on this thing. The shaking camera is awful. Oh. That's terrible. Man, I'm sorry. You're just going to have to deal with it. That's awful. I would just X out of this video. But, I don't know why I said they. It's Brandon Heath. I don't know why they went for this kind of sound. But, some interesting songs on this album, just to show you what the music is like. Give Me Your Eyes almost has like a dark vibe, but almost has like a hip-hop beat to it. It's really, really interesting that you would put almost like Ed Sheeran, putting like a hip-hop beat in a regular song, in a singer-songwriter guitar song. Why is it still shaking? Fixed it. So that's interesting. But then you also have song like London, which is just very slow and very acoustic and all that kind of stuff. The lyrics on almost every song on this album, and almost all of the 11 songs, are faith-inspired and uplifting and encouraging and all that kind of stuff that you would hear in Christian contemporary music from a singer-songwriter. The lyrics are not like, it's not like Chris Tomlin. They're not like specifically worship songs. They're more songs made for people than made for God. More songs for worship, not worshiping people. They're more songs for making you feel better and being uplifting and being encouraging, and less completely God-focused worship music. The song London is an exception with its love-centered lyrics. It is essentially just a really sad love song with nothing to do with faith or God or Christianity at all. It's just a sad love song. Instead of me explaining what every song on this album is about, and there aren't any like super new or original themes on this album, except for the song Give Me Your Eyes. That has sort of an interesting concept to it. But most of these songs, they're just, you can kind of tell from the lyrics that these are Christian songs. So you have songs and like encouraging. So you have Wait and See, Trust You, Sunrise, Sore Eyes, Love Never Fails. That's a classic. Love Never Fails. I wonder how many Christian songs there are with the title Love Never Fails. Fight Another Day. That sounds really encouraging. Living to fight another day. You also have When I'm Alone. I wonder how many Christian songs have alone in the title. And then No, Not One. No, Not One. Oh man. These songs sound so encouraging and uplifting just from the song titles. Oh, it's terrible. Okay, so, are these songs good? Are they bad? Are they kind of meh? How is this record? How good is What Are We? I meant to say how good is What If We? I meant to say how good is What If We, not What Are We? This album is pretty good. Let's talk about that. The music on this album is honestly pretty enjoyable. It's all very simple, but it's all very sweet, and there's something communicated in the simpleness of just this guitar music, of this music that's either acoustic or almost acoustic, or it's all acoustic style. And it just has this sweet, heartfelt vibe to it that is just really, honestly, can put you in a good mood. It's just enjoyable, solid music. The only song that really didn't do it for me, the only song that actually like jarred me and felt like didn't make sense or was weird, was the song Listen Up, with its auto-tune at the beginning. Really strong use of auto-tune that's very, very, like, not hidden at all. It's just very obvious auto-tune. And it's kind of jarring. It comes right after the song Love Never Fails, which is really slow and acoustic, and which is acoustic. So it's kind of weird. And that's the only musical thing on the album that really kind of doesn't sound great. Everything else is very solid and enjoyable in terms of music. Back to the shaky cam. The lyrics on this album are honestly, they're heartfelt, they're uplifting, they're encouraging, but they're not extremely original. You're not going to hear anything really bold or original or striking on this album. It's all kind of lyrics that you've heard before if you listen to Christian music. That doesn't stop, even though they may be a little cliche and you may have heard them before, that doesn't stop them from being enjoyable, from being uplifting, from being encouraging, from being pretty good. It doesn't stop the lyrics from having a positive effect on the listener and honestly being not terrible. The only song on here that really doesn't have, that has objectionable lyrics, or lyrics that I can call not super good, is the song London. Like I said, this is a love song, and the lyrics are really cheesy. Really cheesy, kind of, and sappy. The lyrics are cheesy and sappy, and it's just kind of a sappy, cheesy love song. So, not great lyrics on that song. To be totally honest, this album really is not bad. This, despite being a little bit, despite being safe and fairly unoriginal, the music is wholesome and enjoyable and real. You got real music, acoustic, so that's always welcome. Almost always sounds good. And then you have, uplifting, encouraging lyrics that do have some heart behind them, that really do have a positive message and really can make you feel uplifted and feel better. So, and honestly, it's an enjoyable album, but I would say this album is a perfect example of good, but not great. Because there's really not, like in the music, there's nothing mind-blowing, there's nothing incredibly original or striking. And the same thing with the lyrics, there's nothing amazing, like, wow, this is crazy. There's nothing super bold or striking about the lyrics. And there's nothing super duper impressive about the singing. He kind of has, and it's been described as an everyman kind of style of singing, and where, everyone can just relate and sing along. He's not like super pretentious voice and like really original voice. It's just kind of a singer that you can all kind of relate to, I guess, is what he's going for. But yeah, I'm gonna give this thing 3.5 stars out of 5. The shaky cam is so bad. It's so bad. This was awkward. It's raining. Oh. It was like raining outside, so I couldn't do it outside like I have been. And this car has just been awkward for filming. Have a good one. Thank you for watching.